So, as a fan, I've been watching these top 25 YouTuber lists, and as a hooper myself, I think I have something to say. Um, as an outside perspective, I think Trey's list is the most accurate. With that being said, I'm not the most knowledgeable person about this subject because I have not played basketball with these people. So it's impossible for me to say how good somebody is without having on-court experience with them. Now, I've seen the videos of most of them hooping, and from what I can see, Trey put them mostly in the correct order. Maybe somebody should have been a little higher here, somebody should have been a little lower here, whatever. For the most part, Trey did his best job being objective and placing them in an order on which he feels that somebody who played, let's say, AAU basketball and how they would fare in that arena. I think where the list gets very interesting is top 5. More specifically, 3, 2, and 1. 4 and 5, I have never watched their YouTube videos, nor have I ever played with or seen them play. So I cannot pass judgment on those two. But the top 3 is very interesting because I watch their videos regularly. And I'm someone who's pretty experienced in the game of basketball. I'm not too good of a... I'm a decent player, but I'm more a fan of the game as I spend a lot of my time watching basketball, playing 2K, playing basketball with my friends, that sort of thing. Where I think Trey could have executed the list a little better is in the number 1 spot. Now, before I touch on the number 1 spot, I'm going to talk about 3, 2, and 1. So he placed Jay Jones at 3, which I think is very fair. Jay Jones is somebody who trains hard. When he plays basketball, he's going to give it his all. He's going to go his hardest. And you have to commend Jay Jones for that. He's a phenomenal basketball player. He's great on the defensive end. He's great with his dribble. He's good mid-range. He's a decent three-point shooter. And he's really nifty with his finishes. Now coming to 2, which was LSK. Trey said something very interesting, which is, of course, that the players who are on number 1 can go. And you might be asking yourself, what does that mean? Because if you've never played basketball at a high level, you don't really know what go means. And so I'll attempt to explain it. So as somebody who's a great basketball player, they're so good that they can take games or possessions or halves or quarters off and still be effective. But it doesn't mean they're trying their hardest. They'll hit a shot there, they'll hit a shot here, they'll get a steal, they'll play good defense. And it looks like they're playing, but they have a gear that they can kick into and they can get to the next level by the snap of a finger, and they can really, really take the game over. So by Trey saying these guys can go, he's saying that their basketball experience is at a level where they can shift a gear and become more effective. Now, that being said, I think LSK is a part of this category. And let me explain. I think LSK, as he's explained many times, doesn't really care about basketball. That being said, he's very good. He's 6'10", he can shoot it, he can dribble it a little bit, he's mobile, he can do a lot of things on the court. That being said, I don't think we've seen LSK go his hardest. I don't think we've seen LSK put it all on the line. And so that's why I think that he also belongs in the category with the people who are in number 1. Now, that would put 5 people at number 1, and I think you can separate these people into tiers. Let me explain. So, at the number 1 spot, there's 2 tiers. There's the tier that's above and the tier that's below. And this is how I would separate the tiers. I would put LSK, I'd put Trey, and I would put Soluminati in the 2nd tier. This is because while they are very, very, very good basketball players, they are YouTubers. Their occupation is not to play basketball. So therefore, they do not have as much training as B-Dot or Devin Williams. While Devin Williams and B-Dot are tier 1 because their life is playing basketball. Therefore, they will be more experienced and therefore be more effective in a game-like situation. So, I think the one spot can be split into two tiers. Jay Jones slides over two. Everybody slides over down one. Now, Trey took a lot of heat for putting himself at number one, but deservingly so. Trey is somebody who can go. With his earlier videos on KickGenius, you can see how athletic he was, how he can dunk, and how he can get up and down the floor. He can shoot it very well. He has a handle, and he's very quick. He has very strong legs. He has a very strong upper body. But what we don't understand about Trey is that he doesn't really care about this basketball stuff. So when he goes to play at SneakerCon, his focus is not to go and kill. That's not why he's there. He's there to experience the game. He's there to have a good time. He's there to hang out with his brothers, make connections, and promote his content. And it's clear because we've seen Trey in his earlier videos with KickGenius really, really hoop. And he has a gear. And I can see that because as somebody who hangs around basketball players who are very good, who also have gears, I see the same qualities in Trey. B-Dot and Devin Williams are on another level, though. I think that these players are players who could have played at a Division I school and been effective, been a starter, been somebody who scored a lot of points, while the lower tier could have also played D1, but I think they would have been more of a role player. Now, that being said, we don't know exactly because, obviously, we can't do that experiment, but that's just what I think. I really value KickGenius and all their content, their ability to be objective, and their ability to articulate themselves. Because as Trey said, it's rare in the YouTube community. I end up watching a lot of YouTube where it's a lot of yelling and a lot of emotions, but their point doesn't really come across. And so I want to commend KickGenius and LSK for their ability to get a sophisticated message through a camera lens and put it on a social media platform.